All right, man. What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am your guy Solomon Mays with the Scouting Report, episode number 6 of the series. What made them great? Where we are dialing in on Texas high school football teams in the DFW area, specifically asking what made them great. If you're here, you know what we're talking about today. We're talking about those dragons of Southlake Carroll High School, Southlake, Texas. Former head coach Riley Dodge was the head coach before the season. Is now at SMU. But we are looking at the 2025 Southlake Carroll Dragons and what made them great. So Southlake is in 6A. They play 6A D2, so the smaller division of the biggest division in Texas. And yeah, man, like I said, over the last 2 years, when they made it to state championship game last year, lost this year in the state semifinals. But overall, I mean, in 2 years, we're looking at 29-2. Make sure my math is right. Carry the one. Yeah, 29-2, 15 plus 14. Undefeated regular seasons, district champions. Like this is one of those, I'm not gonna say the greatest because history, but this is one of those great teams that just did not win. It came so close. But yeah, let's get into it. Southlake Carroll, what made them great? All right, so what made the Southlake offense great? Their passing game or air attack made possible by an elite wide receiver core and quarterback, arguably the best offensive line in Texas, and the ability to scheme wide receivers open with route combinations. So yeah, man, let's take a look, man. Just this passing game, like we're not gonna get into the running game. Like last year, 2 D1 running backs, one came back this year, but we are focusing on the passing game of Southlake Carroll. All right, so first we're gonna look at the Sled Dogs. Like I said, arguably one of the best offensive lines in Texas. When I made my North Texas super team, 3 of these linemen were on that team. So left tackle 2027 Luke Wilson, left guard Will Barley 2027, center 2026 51 Kerry Clayton, right guard 2026 Nathan Damaraki, and right tackle number 2027 number 72 Tristan Dare. Shout out to the Sled Dogs up front making it happen. And I'm not going to mention, if you watch the show, you know I don't really mention offers, stars, where people are committed. I don't want you guys to think that is what influenced me to pick these teams and these people. Absolutely not. My rankings, my evaluations, anything I write is not based on because they're ranked this or that. No, it's because of what I see, and I chose to do them. So, but you can look these kids up. On this offense, there was a lot of D1 offers and a lot of D1 commits and signees. All right, pass game personnel. So, and their stats. I'm not going to read the stats out loud. Y'all know I don't do that, but I have them here so you guys can see them. I will mention that 2 of the receivers were top 5 in the DFW for the season, for 6A receivers. So, that had to be mentioned. All right, 2026 wide receiver number 1, Brock Boyd, who was also on my super team as one of my 3 receivers. 2027 wide receiver Caden Mackey, 2027 wide receiver Brody Knowles, and 2027 H/Y number 5 Blake Gunter, who also was going to be on my super team. I ended up choosing, just for different reasons, I picked someone else just to fit in my mind the team I was building. But this kid definitely, in terms of receiving production, best tight end in North Texas. Absolutely. Hands down. Blake Gunter, I mean, I knew of him last year. He had a good season last year. Like I'm sorry to brag on myself. I saw something in him last year. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I saw him having this season. Like, that kid broke out this season. Like, man, we're going to get into it. And then the man leading it all, 2026 QB Angelo Renda, who was a candidate for Max Prep's National Player of the Year. But yeah, man. So like I said, look these kids up. More offers than you can count on one piece of paper. Absolutely. Okay, so we are now looking at regular season games here. We're going to start here week 1 versus Midland. Yeah, West Texas. Now, I will say this. Like how I talked about South Oak Cliff schedules, like the toughest preseason games of any other high school. Southlake Carroll, I won't say they're the toughest games. I did like Hebron. You're going to hear me talk about Hebron throughout this series. I think Hebron this year was a great test for a lot of teams. It's a great D-line that's going to test you, team that's going to test you. But Southlake Carroll does not. So we're out in West Texas for week 1. Let's take a look here. So, I love to start with introductions. I think this play is a great introduction. It's 3rd and 8. And just watch these two cats run their curl routes, right? It's like synchronized swimming. Break at the same time. Break the same way. Like, it's in sync. I just wanted to show that because I really feel like that is a compliment to their coaching and just the wide receiver's ability. So, I know there's the big stigma about, so Southlake is in a very wealthy neighborhood, a very wealthy area, I should say. That whole Colleyville, Southlake area is very nice. I used to work in Colleyville. It's just very nice. So people always talk about how those schools have better coaching, and other schools in like inner city or less, poverty-stricken areas have, just natural athletes. I think Southlake helps you understand it's not the fact that they just have better coaching than everybody else. These kids have been being trained. They've been trained probably a majority of their life, right? Like trained, studied the game, had people who could teach them. So what I'm saying is when they get to high school and the high school and the high school coaches have to teach them these things, they've heard it before. Right? Versus a kid who's never been trained. Hell, they might have even just started playing football in middle school or high school. They haven't heard these things. So that's why I just wanted to get that out the way. I don't really like that stigma, but I do believe, that part does play a role in it. And yes, kids with more money probably have a higher chance of being trained by someone decent than kids without. So just wanted to get that out the way. But yeah, I think this was a great play right here. Just to show what we're talking about. Now let's look at it. Right. Next play here. So 3x1 is what we have. 1, 2, 3, tight end over the top. And I wanted to point that out because you're going to see that a lot today. Studying Southlake's offense, they love to run plays out of 3x1. Whether with a tight end or another receiver, the inside receiver attached. They just love 3x1. Sometimes they start in it. Sometimes they motion to it. It's something they really like to do. And I get it because especially when they motion into it, it can throw a lot of defenses off. Rules change for 3 receivers. But yeah, so you're going to see that a lot, 3x1 here. All right, we got cover 2 beater. All right, let's let it play. Man. So, first touchdown of the season, by the way. So what we have here, right, 3x1, and we've got Brock Boyd right here, our Ohio State receiver, on the inside. And so what I talked about, if you watch the Waxahachie episode, this route, this inside route, usually it's against a linebacker, but this inside route gets beat so much against the seam, right? They don't play it right, especially in high school. I saw it so much this year. It doesn't get played right, but I think this one here was from the play action. So if you watch up here, we've got a play action. It's 2nd and 3. All right, it's a running play. We get a pull, and that puller, if he's being keyed, that puller might have drawn the safety's attention. But safety's eyes are on the ball. He misses number 1. Man, in the breadbasket, first touchdown of the season. And boys from West Texas, they had a long night. All right, man. So let's keep going. We're getting into it. So once again, cover 2 beater. So right now we're in empty 3x2. Right. Making up to number 5. Same thing, right? We talked about that seam. And this is what I mean. Linebackers, you've got to help your freaking safeties. When this cat is running by you, man, give him some bump. Like, give him something to slow this vertical route down. No help at all. But where they get him, once again, with this scheme, this is a great cover 2 beater. So we've got a vertical route from this side. So, this guy's got this half. Cover 2, he's got this half. He's got this half, right? to the boundaries. He's got the vertical route. That's pretty much this is their side. To the field, we've got 3 receivers, right? So these three on these 3. So eyes over here, safety's trying to split these 3. I mean, this is a lot of ground to cover, right? From here to here. And then this guy over here. So this is pretty much all of his. Like Gunter just splits the safeties right down the middle, just not enough time to get over there. Like I said, great. This is a great play call. Great route combination. Perfect for where you're at. Perfect against the cover 2. Just cover 2 beater. Blake Gunter for 6. Like I said, the most productive tight end. All right. So back here, what do we have? 3-by-1 again. This time we got a wide receiver screen. We'll just let this one play here, right? Great blocking, great athlete. Caden Mackey beats that man to the spot, beats him to the edge, touchdown. Now this pissed me off. They called a holding on this block, right? And maybe I'm biased, but man, that's only holding in West Texas, dog. That's only holding in Midland, Texas. Like, great blocking from our elite wide receivers. Man, I'm telling you, I've argued it for 2 years. This was the best wide receiver room in Texas. Like, I mean, from top to bottom, 4 dudes, 5 dudes, because Luke Jackmar does not even get mentioned in this video a lot. The 5 dudes that can really go. All right. So we're taking a look here now at Hebron. So this is a good example. So we have 2-by-2 here, right? 2-by-2. Right? And then they motion over to 3-by-1. And like I said, they do that one of 2 reasons. So one, with the motion, as everybody knows, you can pick up if they're running zone or man. So we see here they switch them off. Some kind of zone-ish defense, we can assume, pre-snap. Another thing is, like I said, defensive rules change from 2-by-2 to 3-by-1. So what I mean is, seeing 2-by-2, this safety has a certain amount of rules. If this player does this, I do this. If he does this, I do this. When they switch, those rules change. It's like 2 different plays they're running now. Now, everybody has to pick up on that in a matter of seconds. Which, like I said, in high school, that's a lot, especially for these defenses. I mean, you might have 1 or 2 guys that really know the defense on the defense, like players on the field. That, I mean, this is high school, right? These kids all these kids not living in the film room. They just not studying the game like that. So, anyways, 3-by-1 again. Boom, check down, first down. So what I like about this, like I said, Hebron had a great team this year. They had so many great games, but they just fell short. They still made it to the playoffs. They lost to a team we'll see down the road. But Hebron, like I said, was a great test. Man, coaches, if you need a preseason test, schedule Hebron, dog. Hebron just great tester. So they're going to send some pressure, right? Off the edge, they send that pressure. The reason why I picked this play is elite QB play, right? So like I said, these kids have been trained up. They've been coached well. A lot of times what I'll see in high school, in this situation, a QB is either going to try to evade or tuck or run their way out of the situation or just throw a dumb pass, right? But Angelo Renda, like I said, candidate for National Player of the Year, immediately recognizes the blitz, as a smart QB does, just checks it down, right? And like I said, the routes here, this is great because I'm sure this play was meant to set something up downfield. But the way this was set up, there's nobody here to defend this, right? Check down with a blocker, with numbers, first down. All right. 2-by-2. So we're going to have a wide receiver and QB highlight here. So what we're taking a look at here, and we'll see this a lot on this episode as well. One thing Southlake Carroll does really great is run what I call bow and go routes. So it's a go route. What they do is, so he's going to start as if he's working inside, right? Kind of like a bow. And then he cuts back outside. So you're going to see him kind of form a C to bring this receiver in and then start to break outside. What that does is, like I said, it brings the defender in and then gives him more sideline room to work with. Give the QB, you know, a better chance of completing his pass, opening up the window. And they run that to perfection, right? So bring them in, and then just run past them, right? Back outside. So as you see before the camera changes, sorry, let me get it there. As you see before the camera changes, they're inside, right? And then you see when it goes back, they're outside the numbers. That's what I mean by that bow. And then just in the breadbasket, I mean, DB's got a hand right there. It comes late, but it's okay coverage, right? Especially to make up what just happened. It was enough to, most high school kids are going to probably drop that ball. But what made them great? Those elite wide receivers in the breadbasket. Now, one thing I haven't been highlighting, but I do want you guys to go back and make sure you're watching this. Every time Angelo Renda throws the ball, this is what it looks like, right? When I talk about that offensive line, like, this is what his passes look like. We saw on the last check down when they sent the blitz, they sent more than they had blocking. Still made a play. But this right here, man, this O-line, just like I said, when we keep going through here, watch the O-line. Great job. All right, so the very next pass play, not the very next play, but the very next pass play, we start off in 2x2. All right, now switch to 3x1. Now this is great. I told you how that 3x1 changes the defense rules. So watch the defense shift. Right now we're looking at, looks like some quarters, right? We'll just assume they're in quarters. Cover 4, right? Then when he switches, immediately the rules change, the defense change, right? Now we're obviously looking at some type of cover 3, three deep, or some kind of man. Yep, cover 3. Now, that's cool. Good job, defense, great adjustments. But it doesn't matter when you're going against the best wide receiver room in Texas, right? On the other side, Brock Boyd now. Same thing, that bow route. Bring him inside, break outside. Money. Talking about in the bread basket. Great catch. Great set of hands, man. Once again, right? Let's take a look at our quarterback. I'm telling you, I don't want to say he didn't get sacked at all. I don't want to say that but I promise you, if he got sacked this season, it wasn't more than 3 times. Like, I'm willing to bet on that. It was not more than 3 times that he got touched by a defensive lineman, right? This offensive line, they just did not lose a lot of reps. Touchdown. All right, man. What do you do with this many weapons, all right? So 3x1, Blake Gunter screen here. We got him right here. Just good play call. This is just not nothing crazy. It's just a great play execution. So I'm gonna just let it run. Great blocking right here by this tight end to bury this guy. Now that holding call we got in Midland, like I said. Now at home, home field advantage, baby. It is what it is. No call. But like I said, Blake Gunter, dog, when it came to receiving production, no tight end better. Not even close. This kid was electric. Makes 2 guys miss. Makes a 3rd guy miss. Now he's labeled as a tight end, so he can get caught. It's okay. It's acceptable. Good job, Blake Gunter. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so now we're going to look at some more schematics. This is Y cross. Now, we'll see this one more time on this series. On this show, this episode, but we didn't see this a lot from Southlake. But Y cross basically is these 2 receivers here. So right now we're in 2x2. And these 2 receivers are going to run vertical routes to bring these 2, these 3, bring everybody back, right? And then the Y right here, Y cross, he's going to, now he's not at the Y, but it's just called Y cross. He's going to come across and run a vertical route, but it's going to stay underneath. And you'll see there's going to be nobody over there. This is a great job for this. A great route, a great play for this defense, against this defense. Don't know why that was so hard to say. Like I said, catches the ball wide open, right? Let's watch here up top. These vertical routes take everything up. And then there's a little check down route. Like I said, he's got eyes on the check down because their guys went vertical. They passed them on. They don't see the other side. No communication. Wide open. Now, I like the end of that too. Once again, that great football IQ. 2-minute drill, as you see, get out of bounds. Time is more important than yards. Let's give some more love to the sled dogs, man. They made a step up. Okay, they made them step up. Progress. Nice, clean pocket. And as you see, so far, we have not watched any second half highlights. And I tell you one thing, and during the regular season, there are no second half highlights because the starters never played in the second half. They were a 2-quarter team, and they are getting out of there. All right, week 3 now versus Byron Nelson. So we're now in district play. Byron Nelson, who was their closest competitor in the regular season. And I try to tell people that. I know some people didn't believe me when I said Byron Nelson was better than Euless Trinity this year. I kind of picked that up from the jump. And then they kind of showed it. But love me some Byron Nelson. This game, they didn't show it. But, I mean, nobody did, right? It's Southlake, right? We're done by halftime. So let's take a look here. All right, cover 3 beater. All right, so right now we're in a 3-by-1 here. No, sorry, 2-by-2 because it's our running back. So we've got 2 receivers, right? And then we switch right there to 3-by-1. Like I said, changes the rules, changes the defense. Back to 3-by-1, how we like it. This is where Southlake lives. Let's take a look. Now this here, I like this. This is some good scheming. So we've seen a couple wide receiver screens already. We've already seen 2 of them, 1 in each game. There's something that they like to do in the first quarter. Not something that they do, I would say they do a lot. Like, they don't really run as many screens because their guys are downfield receivers. But they do it enough to where you will bite on it, right? So we got our blocker. Blake Gunter right here sets, he sets this up. So, these are high school kids, man. Some kids can't stay patient enough to set up this play. Elite receiver sets up like he's blocking. Man, that screen and go. God, I know coaches, defensive coordinators hate to see this play. Man. Wide open, right? Because cover 3, for some quick education, right? Cover 3, he's got a deep third. He's got a deep third. He's got a deep third. And this receiver, right? So this is the fake screen. That sets up everything underneath. That's why nobody picks him up on these 3. Because they're glued in on the screen. But the safety up top's got to run with this guy vertical. This is his deep third. So he can't be, he has to be deeper than the deepest receiver. Nobody sees this route. I'll tell you one thing, man. So number 5 and number 10 are both ranked. Okay, let me stop. I'm just going to say this because y'all know I don't like to critique other people's rankings or evaluations, not publicly at least. There's not 40 kids better than number 5 and number 10. Straight up. In the DFW. There's not 40 kids better than those 2. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable from whoever did that. But anyways, there's not 40 people better than number 5 and number 10. And we'll move on from there. Next play here versus Byron Nelson. All right. 3-by-1. Man. So, as we see, 1 receiver, tight end, 2 receivers, 3-by-1. And this play here is just a good old Moss, man. All right. Extend the play. 2 defenders. There's not 40 kids better than this man, dog. There's not. And it really pisses me off. Oh, God. Okay. I'm sorry, man. So, let me calm down. Right, number 10. This is more white cross action, right? Like we saw earlier, these 2 go vertical, 10 cuts across. Same thing. Now, number 2 right here, man, Muhammadu Sibi. I can't skip past him. On my super team, he was my free safety, right? Jaquan Snell from Waxahachie, my strong safety. This kid was the truth. I ain't gonna lie. Now, it's not there yet. Good job by this defense getting some pressure. Good job, right? Right, running back does a little chip, chases him down. QB extends the play, and on the run, number 10, what made them great? Freaking elite wide receivers that make and make the referee look. Mr. Referee lost his hat. he said, "Ooh, he got lead. That's a catch." Man, there's not 40 kids better than him. All right. There's not 40 kids better than him or number 5, fam. All right. Now, once again, number 1, right? So, as we see here, we're in 3x1. Running back comes over here, makes it 3x2 now. All right, vertical routes. Moss. Number 1, just going up, doing his great things, man. Like I said, this kid was on my super team. We get like a post, skinny post here. Just Moss. Like I said, wasn't no crazy scheme. I wouldn't even say it was a perfect pass, just a Moss, right? It ain't over yet. Man, Riley Dodge. I know, Coach Dodge, I know you missed them days.
It was a nice job of putting the touch on.
But you came back here tackling your players, dog. Huh, with the clothesline. Riley Dodge with the clothesline. Hey, Coach, you got to protect your investment, dog. Ugh, with the RKO. Stone Cold Riley. All right, man, let's keep going. All right, cover 2B here once again. As we see, 2x2 tight end right here versus Euless Trinity, another district rival. This game, a lot of people thought would be close. I tried to tell people this game this year was not going to be close. I was at the game 2 years ago. Great game, close game. I knew this would not be it. Right? Move out there. Now we got empty. Untouched. Right? So we got number 10 over here with this little stacked up formation right here. All right, so I like this play right here. Like I said, it's not a flood concept, but to me it's kind of similar principles. So flood concept is when you kind of have routes at 3 different levels. So a short route, medium route, and a deep route, all on the same side to literally flood that side of the field, right, with numbers. So this here, out of this little bunch, number 24 is going to run this wheel route. So he's underneath and to the sideline, right? The first guy here, I believe it's number 15. Yeah, number 15 is going to run his route, and he's going to run it kind of like towards the goalpost. So kind of like a skinny post. So we've got underneath and to the side, and we've got vertical deep in the middle. 2 people back for 3 people. With the middle covered and the side covered, nobody's got. See the safety picked. Sorry, number 5. Safety picked up Blake Gunner on the inside. Nobody there. That is a great route combination. Like I said, a great cover 2 beater. Safety can only guard 1 man. Touchdown. Shout out to them sled dogs, baby. All right. Last play of the regular season we're going to look at. All right. So this right here is just a quick Moss play. I'm not going to lie. Just a quick, great highlight. So right here at the bottom, you're going to see, I want you to watch how Brock Boyd slow plays this route. See that? Slow plays it. DB's got his eyes inside, right? You see that burst? So last time we see him, he is about 2 to 3 yards. I'll say, I'm not going to exaggerate, 2 yards behind his DB. Quarterback is throwing the ball. Of course, nobody's around him, right? And watch how quickly Brock Boyd gets in front of the receiver. In front of the receiver. I mean, that quickly. Just speed burst. Money's in the bread basket. Great catch. 3rd and 3, first down. All right, so we are now looking here at the playoffs. Round 3 versus Prosper. Another two. It's crazy. All 3 of these teams that we're going to see here in the playoffs that Southlake plays are all 3. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not giving away too much. All right, so taking a look here at Prosper. Now here in the playoffs. So we got some 2x2 action. Now this play is just elite QB play to me. I remember this play from watching it and remember how freaking impressed I was when I watched it. Angela Renda is going to roll out to his left, right? Nobody's open. To his left. So you see the ball, he's right-handed. So going against the grain. Watch how quick he flips his hips, sets his feet, right? And I mean, you see how terribly awkward this is. He set his feet for just enough to make that throw, right? You see that right there. Planted it just enough to get on his back foot. Plant, throw, boom. I'm talking about in the bread basket. Second touchdown of the game for him. But this just right here, that's just so freaking impressive. I mean, rolling out to his left, flipping his feet. Perfect pass. I really personally really like that play, man. That just goes to show that elite QB play, right? So now 3-by-1 again, 1, 2, 3, receiver down low. And what we're going to get here is another one of those bow and go routes. We're going to see him start to slant inside, bringing this cornerback right here, who just had a hard time in this game, man. I mean, this is what made them great, is those receivers, right? Got him beat. Great ball. I won't say this is a perfect ball, because if he would have hit him in stride, he could have scored. But what made them great? Those receivers, those elite wide receivers. Brock Boyd finds it, gets under it, secures it, sets them up in the red zone. I mean, at the goal line. All right. Now that we're in the goal line, right? I don't believe this was the, don't think this was the very next play, but this is now that they've been set up. You see they've been pushed back a little bit, right? So right here, QB motions out, and now the running back, number 6 wasn't the running back. He's actually a safety. But this game he did help with some offense and had a hell of a job. I think he had like 3 touchdowns. But we're going to see here some direct snap, right? Second down, second and goal. Direct snap for this power right? But we're going to get some Tebow action right here. Tim Tebow, one of my favorite players growing up. But we get some Tebow action to fake the run, right? It's just a great play call. Blake Gunter slips back. Not a great ball. Like I said, this is our defensive player who's playing running back, who gets a direct snap and has to pass the ball.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
So this is my 5th cousin on my uncle Godfather side. One of them things, right? Blake Gunter finds it because he's an elite receiver and the best wide receiver core in Texas. Blake Gunter finds it, gets under it, touchdown. Great play. All right, taking a look here now, round 4 versus Geyer. Right. Gonna get some more 3-by-1 action. Now, let's take a look here. Let me speed this up, y'all. Sorry. So we're gonna get some trickery here, right? So you see, handoff, toss back to the QB. Now Geyer, who had a very good defensive line, got in the backfield here, chased down the QB. Now this is why I say scheme plus QB accuracy. I mean, you see he throws the ball in a rush. See, he takes the hit, knows he's going to get hit, throws that ball, right? Look at that. Ball just missed the defender. Just missed the defender. Foop. Pocket. When you've got a QB that can make that pass, you're going to make it to a state. You're going to play, 30 games in 2 years, for sure. Right? All right. All right, so we're going to motion out to empty. So we've got 3 and 2. Now, what I want to point out here is this. All right, so we're going to watch just this half of the field. Okay? So what we have here is they're running. So what I believe this is some cover 6 from the defense. I won't break down what that is, but it's this split field. So we're going to split the field right here. They're running what looks like, cover 4 or match. I think it's more match quarters, right? So while this play is great, you see we've got 2 vertical routes. So these underneath receivers passed him on to these 2. So these 2 have these 2. Number 5, Blake Gunter is going to park right here, right? Which parks this guy right here. So what we have here, right? I believe this is Brock Boyd, Ohio State. Yeah, Brock Boyd. He's going to run a double move here. So he's going to cut inside, right, to bring him in. Then cut up vertical, right, like we're running that bow and go. Get straight. And then now with this guy parked here, guess what's wide open? The middle of the field. Brock Boyd cuts back inside for the post. To the house. I mean, great scheme, elite receivers, and an accurate quarterback. All three. What made them great? Great scheme, accurate quarterback, elite receivers. Oh, all right. So we are taking a look here at round 5 versus DeSoto State semifinals. Once again, a great game to go back and watch. Like, truly. This one here, instant classic. Like 5, 6, 7 years from now, we're going to be talking about this game. Right. Southlake Carroll. All right, man. So we talked about it in this freaking seam route. Man, defensive coordinators, linebacker coaches, can we work on the seam route? So, right. So we start here, 2 by 2, 2 and 2, right? Fake jet sweep. Now this one, we're gonna have another one where I do have a problem with it. This one I get it. This is a great play call. Like I said, man, Southlake Carroll did a great job at setting things up, right? So we got the fake sweep. Blake Gunter, man, actor of the year. Actor of the year, sets up the block. By the time they realize it's a go, he's gone. Man, Blake Gunter had to have like, I think 4 or 5 touchdowns this game. Man, there's not 40 kids better than this. There's not. Stop lying to people. There's not 40 kids better than this cat. Watch it one more time. Just a great job all around. Beats the safety. Your tight end can do that. You're going to play 30 games in 2 years. All right, let's keep going. Oh, my God, this is the play. I was hoping it wasn't going to be the next freaking play, right? So the very next series, linebackers, man, we got to do a better job defending this seam route. So with the 2 over here, these 2 have these 2, right? Which means in this coverage, this guy, has the tight end because he's got over here, right? It's cover 2 beater, right? Split the safeties right down the middle of the field. Linebacker hesitates. Watch this. Linebacker kind of hesitates, right? He's in a good position, but Blake Gunter, man, that's what I'm talking about. These routes, they're trained up outside of the school. The school has great receiver coaches, great offensive coaches, and just perfect pass. Great job here. Right, we're going to get some double motion. So right now, we are in 2 by 2. Receiver, Blake Gunter at the tight end, 2 receivers. First motion right here, right? We're just going to switch 5 and 10. Still 2 by 2, nothing crazy. Rules for defense haven't necessarily changed. We now have a detached guy on the slot. But we've got man up here, man up here. I believe we're in a all man, right? Cover 0 here. So immediately, I'm sorry, second motion now, right? Sorry about that. Blake Gunter back in motion. Now we're back in 3 by 1 where Southlake loves to live, right? So slant up top, Booby Feaster's got this. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. DB's got this. Now with this other slant, because we got, this is kind of like, this is a mesh. I'm sorry, not kind of like, this is a mesh where these 2 guys are going to cross right here, create this mesh point, right? So what that does, safety's eyes are on here because it's 2 on 2. By the time he realizes that we've crept out, it's too late. 5 and 3 both have crept out. 5 wide open in the end zone. Just a great scheme, great pass, great catch, great execution here in the goal line, man. We're going to get 2 plays like this. This motion madness, I call it. Just great job, man. There's levels and layers to Southlake. It's just levels and layers to it. It's made this offense so great. All right. Once again, we have a go route right here at number 10. We're in 2 by 2 right before the half. Just a good release. Now, we're not going to bow this time. This time, we're going to get outside. Get outside of that press. Man, go up. Great catch. That wasn't terrible coverage. Just a great catch, right? We got this jam up. Going to get outside of him and then just break away. Now, one thing he does that I really like is you see here, he's going to, you know, of course, get outside release. But at the top of this route, he comes back inside a bit. And I like that because as you see, it gave him more space behind him for the QB to, you know, for the QB and wide receiver to find the ball, a bigger window for the quarterback. Just little things like that, man. Just separate. It's just what made them great. Touchdown. Touchdown. Man. All right. Let's keep going here. Once again, motion madness. I mean, right? Everybody moves, shift over. We're now in 2x2. Right? Once again, double shift again. Still 2x2. Just to throw everybody off. I love this because this is all a decoy, right? All this second motion, just a decoy. Because now they line up who's number one, who's number two in terms of outside receiver, inside receiver. It's gone now, right? Now they switch. So if his rules are for number two, that means right now he's got this guy. This is where his rules. This is gonna determine. This is key. This is what determines what he does. Now it's switched. He's now number two and he's number one. So for both of these, instantly switches, right? So that means they have to know and be able to make, like, this is a lot for high school is what I'm saying. A lot for high school, right? And the confusion works. We get those slants. Now, this DB, Booby Feaster, he does a good job. He picks up, lets him go, passes it on, defending the zone, right? Even picks up on what they do with it, right? They even pick up on this too. So Blake Gunter and our running back are going to come across after these guys cut in. We get double slants and then almost like two check down routes, right? And Booby picks one up. But the scheme, what made them great was their scheme and route combinations. This is a hell of a job by the defender. With all the confusion, it's a miracle that he picked up on it and he's able to recover. It's a miracle. You don't get lucky twice. Nobody picks up Blake Gunter wide open for 4 touchdowns by Blake Gunter. Hey, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to keep saying it. There's not 40 kids better than him. There's not 40 kids better than him. Tell these people the damn truth, man.